begin our tests.
Do you think I believe a fantastic tale like that?
I imagine you find it incredible. Of course, we didn't rebuild everything exactly. After all, it only has to last for a single day, June 15th. At midnight, we turn off the power and wash out the memory of the day. You and your friend Swanson, unfortunately, have defective circuits. You remember.
Burkhardt, it's no use. We're trapped. Give up.
No, not me.
What can we do?
We can make a run for it down the tunnel. Come on.
It's useless, Burkhardt.
Keep going.
It's useless, useless, useless.
Now, this door is open. It opens. Oh, no. No, I don't believe it. Swanson, look.
They were standing on a ledge of smooth, finished metal. At their feet, the ledge dropped away into a chasm so deep they could not see the bottom. Beyond was only a glare so bright that their eyes could not stand to look into it. And yet, just at the limit of their vision, something towered. Something so huge it was almost inconceivable. Something.
Burkhardt?
Yes?
This is Dorchin. Now do you understand why it's useless?
The great looming figure moved closer. It seemed to take shape now, and yet it was so gigantic as to be unbelievable. It came closer. The glare was partially blocked. And then, Guy Burkhardt knew that the towering shape was none other than Dorchin himself.
You see how I did it, Burkhardt? I took your brain circuits and had them reduced so they could be transferred to tiny humanoid mannequins. That's what you are, Burkhardt. A tiny miniature of yourself. And this city, this whole experiment I'm conducting, is built on a tabletop.
It was the morning of June 15th, and Guy Burkhardt woke up out of a dream screaming.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month features another story by tonight's author, Frederick Pohl. It's the second installment of his novel, Slave Ship. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
Good morning, weirdos. Yeah, let's do this indeed, yeah? Totally. Good morning. How are you? I got a mouthful of cereal bar. Well, this is how we do this. My room was arranged a little bit differently this morning. I had to push all of this back again. I had it pulled into this room in case the rain got out of control and decided to rain down in the center of my mobile home here, which it often does when it rains. Good morning. Happy coffee. Been waiting for this coffee all night. You ever get that? Where you go to sleep just craving morning coffee? Is that the slave in me? It must be. Yeah, I'm not feeling exactly myself this morning. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. Just a little out of sorts. There's nothing like good old technical difficulties to take your head away from your physical woes. And then, boy, does it come back and hit you. Smack in the puss as soon as you clear your head, you know. So I got up this morning and OBS was running really slow, using up too much CPU. It prompted me to update. I skipped it. It wasn't working right. So I went and I updated it. Still wasn't working right. So I uninstalled OBS, online broadcasting software. I uninstalled OBS, reinstalled, did a maintenance on it, and it seems to be working fine now. Yeah, I tried to do the maintenance on it before I uninstalled it. I tried to do a reinstall before I uninstalled it. So I had to do a full, reinstall and reboot and all of that crap. I finished watching the Pacific from HBO and Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. After they did Saving Private Ryan together, there was like, wow, we can do this World War II stuff really, really well. Let's do a mini docuseries on it, And with that, they did Band of Brothers, and it was just fantastically phenomenal, right? Like 2010 or something. And then a few years later, they came out with the Pacific that I'd never seen. I didn't know about it. When you're watching a war movie, you're usually rooting for your side, whether you be an American or other. I'm kind of rooting for the citizens, the civilians, right? I'm rooting for these people that are affected by all of this political bullshit, right? When there's no political bullshit, yeah, it all comes down to political bullshit. It's politics that cause people to pick up weapons against one another. It's either politics or religion, or one or the other. Neighbors don't want to fight. They don't want a wall drawn between them and told, okay, now you have to hate that person. That's not human. That's political. Human is me walking across the street to that neighbor and saying, hey man, you need anything? I got you covered. And then you put a wall there, and now all of a sudden, that's the enemy. You know? And you can't tell me what it's those people that are doing it, because it's not. It's not the people. It's someone controlling the people. It's an organization, a party, whatever you want to call it. It's not the people doing it, you know. Of course, people can be brainwashed, you know, into believing crap, into doing crap. You know, that idiot in the news right now. You know, which idiot do you mean? Well, pick a fucking idiot. They're all idiots. If they're on the fucking news, they're fucking idiots. Especially if they're the ones talking, saying, you gotta listen to me. Then they're the biggest fucking idiot. Now, if we did for each other and one another as well as we did for each other, right, and for ourselves, none of it would have any place, no place to take root, right? All of that crap, you know. You get everybody so pissed off and frustrated with the price of shit, you know, with the politics behind the shit, with the religious aspects behind shit, and it just causes people to fucking freak the fuck out, and then make wrong decisions, and then follow idiots. So we got a whole country following one idiot or another. You know, to what end? I don't know. For more of the bullshit that's happening now in the media, it's just gonna get worse. It's gonna be all about retaliation. You're gonna see a lot of retaliatory bullshit going on right now. You know. And blame, you know, and I refuse to even watch the bullshit. I refuse to even let that shit into my fucking house, you know. For a few minutes, I turned on the media to see what was going on, and within a few minutes, I knew exactly what had happened, and I refused to sit there and continue to listen to bullshit rhetoric and propaganda, right? Because that's all it is. Once you know the facts, you don't need to know all the bullshit behind it. You don't need to know everybody's feelings and concerns and well, we're going to do this. Well, I hate these people and we need to take them out now. And all of that bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. They're just manipulating us. Or at least they're trying to. They've got the greater portion of us manipulated. You know, either going one way or the other. They don't know whether they're fucking going to shit or go blind, for Christ's sake. You know? Because they just don't fucking know. They just don't know. You know why? Because they ain't fucking been told yet. You know, all these people waiting around. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's wait. We're gonna be told what to do, what to think, how to act. You know, fuck people. Use your own fucking cogitate for yourself. You know. I mean, whatever idiot did this was just another manipulated fucking idiot. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not in a great mood today. A little too much pain over the weekend. I've been trying to cut back on my marijuana usage. Well, financial concerns as well as health concerns. Right. I better eat some more breakfast here. I've got to eat. Lava lamp cam. Well, I was real excited this morning about listening to a radio show with you on X-1 that we just heard the end of. Turns out it was more of my my test video while I was doing my startup this morning. Everything seems to be running really good this morning. I hope that these new updates and stuff have worked out some bugs. Yeah. I'm just not feeling it today. So I'm trying to cut down on my marijuana usage, which results in more pain, because I use it mainly for pain. I don't really get a buzz off of this shit. Every once in a while, I'll take a good hit or a couple of hits that actually give me kind of a head change, but for the most part, it just helps separate me from the pain. You know, it doesn't really give me a entertainment. It just doesn't. It's not recreational at all in the slightest. At least it doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of stuff going on this week. I've programmed another week of fun and entertainment. We've got Nova is on again tonight. In Search of Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I've got some roller derby from the 1950s, I believe. 50s or 60s. Roller derby from Los Angeles. The Red Devils and the Jets, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Awesome. Another episode of That's Incredible on Thursday. And on Friday at 8, we have a movie, an educational film from the 1970s, I believe, 70s or 80s. And it is called The Shopping Bag Lady, and it is about a young girl who meets an older lady who is a shopping bag lady in New York, and they make some kind of connection, right? There's a connection there. So anyway, you got to check it out. And then there's just all kinds of old-time radio all week long, old-time educational films, and old-time television. It's just fun on a bun. So you're going to have to forgive me this morning. I get into my moments of silence, contemplating my my everything, really. Really. You get that, you know, you get to the point in your life where it's all about reflection. She sure likes her little nibbles. What a good girl. That's my baby girl. Good morning. See, you were asleep and I didn't forget about you. What a good baby girl. Hi. Hi. Hi, baby. Good girl. You go back to sleep now. With the chunk of cereal bar stuck in your lips. So I got bogged out on my counterclaim for Night of the Living Dead. So I'm going to have to go to copyright school in order to get that dismissed by the middle of October. And I can't bug out before then, because then I'll just get booted off of YouTube. So I'm just going to kind of continue with what I'm doing. I don't know that I'll continue. That's incredible. Because someone else is doing it on YouTube, and I don't want to steal their thunder. I just want to point out the fact that it's, you know, it was a show and it's still around, and a couple of episodes I've done that, right? Contact me privately and we'll watch some episodes together, do a private viewing party or something. But I do have a lot of different series and episodes and movies and things that I'd love to watch with people. If someone wants to hang out with me for a couple of hours and do a watch party sometime, you know, hit me up, shoot me a comment or a message, and I'll set something up. That'd be fun. Yeah. Indica. I'll open up this other Indica here. This one is a blueberry space cake. Such great names, you know. They just take these weird name strains and then they mix them and crossbreed them, and then all of a sudden they use these weird names to create more weird names. And we'll see. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna keep smoking or switch to edible. I'm not going to go back to pain pills. I've had a couple of pain pills recently. Dealing with way too much pain. And I decided that, you know, they do work for the pain, but I mean, I took pain pills for a couple of days, like one, I was taking a half, right, every day. Just half a pain pill, right? And I did that for 3 days, and totally fucked me up. Totally fucked me up. Made me lethargic. Made it so I couldn't poop, you know. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. There's got to be a better way than fucking pain pills, right? I don't know that it's marijuana. It works for me only because I'm used to it. You know, I mean, people who aren't used to it would probably get really immaculately stoned on the amount that I use every day, but I just don't anymore. I don't get stoned at all. All right, once in a while I get a little bit of a buzz. Good morning, anyone. How are you? I are. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm working on it, okay? I ain't giving up yet. I ain't exactly moving forward, but I ain't giving up. You know, forward only takes you so far. Forward, it could only take you to the end. It can't take you beyond that. You know, and it's like the more forward you go, you're inevitably getting closer to the end, right? So I don't want to really go forward. I'd like to go sideways. Forward doesn't really work for me any longer. There I go. I'm going to have to warm up that coffee. I have to warm it up. I got to do it. Because I'm going to do some bong hits here and I need some coffee. Hot. Yeah, I guess I'll be drinking a lot of coffee this morning. No wedgie, no wedgie, no wedgie. I got a house to clean at 11-ish. Oh, dog. I gotta get back up. Be right back. Let me kill this. Okay, I think I'm off doggy door duty for a few minutes. Yay. Where was I? Oh, I don't want to be here. I mean, not here. Oh, I don't want to be up here right now. I think that's why I spend so much time creating these videos. Not, well, I mean, these videos here, but the videos, the old-time radio videos, the educational film videos, and putting all of those together. They don't take a lot of my time, but they keep me busy. You know, I'll do a lot of research and find a movie, and then find out about the movie, and then create the video to put the movie in, which is just a little bit of black at the end and the beginning, and a little title, and refile it, reformat it, so that it's a good upload. And that's it. That's pretty much all I do. And it can, you know, it just keeps me busy, I guess. And I get to find all of these things that, you know, I will like find a movie and go, oh, that's neat. And then I'll throw it down and I'll check it in a file, and then I'll later on I'll pull it out and want to use it, and I'll realize that it's a movie that I had seen, you know, 45 years ago in school, and like the Shopping Bag Lady Friday. Watch that movie Friday night at 8 o'clock, The Shopping Bag Lady. It premieres at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then after that it'll be in a playlist and you can watch it. It's really, really good, and it's 1984. Now I remember it's a 1984 film, and I believe I saw it in high school. I honestly believe I saw it in high school. It's really, really familiar. So check it out. Check it out. Thursday at 4 p.m. there's a short, one of those travelogue educational movies from school, called Mexican Village Life. And that kind of started me on a thing, so I've dug up another half dozen travelogue type Mexican movies from the 50s and 60s, you know. Let's go check out American ceramics and pottery. Let's go check out architecture, that kind of thing. And then we get to go to different places and villages and things where they create a lot of this stuff. So that's actually fun. You know, my wife is from Mexico, so it's kind of neat to see stuff that that she might have seen, or might have been a part of somewhat, in some way, right? And filmed near her area, or having to do with stuff that she remembers as a child, because it's like that when I sit and watch old educational films and travelogue stuff about California, things that were made in California by Californians about California things. That's neat. That is really, really cool, man. I've got this one of those. I've got a lot of picture books, big, giant, hardcover picture books where you open it up and it's got a paragraph and a giant picture, and a paragraph and a giant picture, and then a page of stuff, and then another giant picture. And I've got a lot of those, and one of them is a day in the life in California, and it goes through different seasons and different places all over California, right? Just some fantastic photographs. I love photographs. I really do. I've been hooked on photographs since I was a wee lad. Going through old photograph books of early 1920s and 30s gangland murders, right? My father used to have this great book, and you'd open up, and it would be police photographs of a murder scene in 1929 or something, just some crazy, bizarre photographs. I don't remember why he had this book. But I thought it was the bee's knees, man. I just thought it was way cool. Because it was real, it was raw, Real, heavy shit. Heavy. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. Yeah. So I gotta get my act together here, get up and get ready to go out and do some clean house. I just gotta clean house. And since I've been out of sorts all weekend, I never got this air cooler up and running, and I need to do that today. I just need to deal with it, get it working, functioning, and blowing cool air into the house, right? And then I can build the damn duct. So that's all I gotta do. I gotta build a duct, And I've just been lagging. I want to do it. I've just been just haven't given a shit, really. You get to where you're sick. On top of everything else, you're sick. On top of the pain from head to fucking toe, then you're sick. Yes, coughing when you've got pain head to toe, that is just fun, right? That can wear you out. So I've been trying not to cough. Of course, I cough occasionally when I smoke. So I just regulate how much I smoke and how much I do at a time so that I don't sit here fucking gagging like a little schoolboy. Right? Because they shouldn't be doing it. Spoke to a couple of people over the weekend about the reunion stuff. Got a few great replies. Yeah, we're going to have 80s rock and roll there, live. Yes, I found someone to help with some of the details. More information to come later. And I did talk to someone about helping me gather information and resources down there near where we're going to do this. And I did put together a new page, title page for the group event thing. So hopefully that will stir people up. I still need to create a real exciting video to get people pumped up. And I just don't know where to start with that. I know at some point, once I get rolling and have enough materials in front of me, something will come to me. But as of yet, it's a mystery. And of course, I'm not feeling very festive or familial. So it's hard to think about a reunion when you're a party of one, you know. I see other people out there, you know, standing up for themselves and asking for their rights and telling friends and family, hey, you know, you got to treat me with respect and you got to see me as, and so it's like, wow, man, and they get all kinds of props and respect, and it's like, yeah, you know, good for you for standing up, and then I try to do something like that, and I, you know, the sound of crickets, that's it, you know, the sound of fucking crickets, and the sound of a toilet flushing. You know, you give somebody an ultimatum like, you know, if you can't respect me for who I am, then, you know, what's the point? And then you figure out, well, then they don't want to respect you for who you are, you know, otherwise they'd be there, you know, using what time is left to get to know one another, right? Which was exactly my intention. Hey, you know, ain't much time left. Let's get to know each other, you know. I was reaching out to people a couple of years ago after my father died because it was like, you know what? I could smell the mortality in the air, you know. And it's like, you know what? All right, we need to fix things and we need to get, you know. And I'm like, invitations, invitations, invitations. The sound of crickets. You know, so you want to say, well, just fuck it, why bother trying anymore, you know? And that sounds like somebody with depression talking. And I don't want to be that guy anymore, you know? I'd like to be somebody who people would talk to, you know? But people are so wrapped up in their past, they can't see past, you know, who they think you are, to even, you know, take any time to get to know who you really are. Period. That's it. End of fucking story. You know, you can't make it any clearer than that. You know, hey, get to know me. You know, don't keep reinforcing that fucked up piece of shit image you have of me, because that ain't me. You know, I send constant messages to people trying to get them to have some back and forth, and the most I get are cute memes and stupid videos, you know, and political bullshit. You know, and it's like, is that what these things are for? Is that what these fucking phones are for? No. The powers that be would like you to think so. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be told, what do I do now? What do I think? Who do I vote for? What do I... You know, and then be sure to share it with everybody. Don't fucking share it with me. I don't want to see that crap. I don't want to see any of the crap that's out there. If I did, I'd be on there looking at it, but I ain't. I'm here. I'm doing other stuff. Reading a fucking book. You know? Watching a movie. A documentary. An old show. Looking at pictures. If I can't get out into the world because of my physical ailments, I can bring the world into here, right? But I ain't bringing that shit into here. I ain't bringing that Facebook crap into here. Those memes. You know what Facebook is to me? A place where I can go and say, hey, look what I'm doing. And also I've got something going on YouTube. And that's it. You know, I don't get on there. I don't look at videos, you know. Every once in a while, I'll be sitting on the toilet and I might pop through a couple of reels, you know. And that's it. It's entertainment. That's all it is. You know, it ain't educational, all right? It ain't important. The fucking phone bullshit is phone bullshit. That's all it is. And if you take it for any more than that, then they got you. They got you up here. Because all of a sudden you're acting from here. You know, well, I feel totally visceral about this thing. It's a fucking cat video, idiot. Shut up. Yeah, but... Oh. Talk about weapons of mass distraction, right? If you're not distracted by what's on your fucking phone in your face all day long, right? Then they got you going to some fucking sporting event, some fucking political rally, some religious thing, going to some fucking stupid fucking event that they've got everywhere, you know, sporting up your ass. They got you. They got you, you know. If you're doing everything but investing in this, right? And you know what? Looking at your phone ain't investing in this. You know, doing the crap that they tell you to do, that's not an investment, okay? Please don't share that crap with me. I don't want to see stupid videos. You know, if it says, share this with your friends, don't share it with me. Okay? I don't want to have to unfollow you. I don't want to have to click. I don't want to see this shit anymore. I don't. I don't want to turn on my feed and see a million of these stupid things that you're fucking sharing. Get your head out of your ass, people. Use it for something other than sniffing this bullshit, because it's bullshit. What does it get us? It gets guys running out of crowds going ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's what it gets us. You know why? Because he's had too much of that fucking bullshit. Oh man. You take all that bullshit away, and you know what? We got neighbors sitting down together having a fucking barbecue. Right? When you add all of that bullshit, we got neighbors screaming at each other over a fucking fence because you're flying the wrong color fucking flag, buddy. Well, fuck you. You're flying the wrong fucking color flag. It's either blue, man, or you're fuck you. No, it's red, man. Fuck you. There you go. There you go. You take away the bullshit, and what do you got? You got people hanging out. Neighbors, friends, family. You know, that shit puts a fucking... a slice right down the middle of entire families, right? You're not seriously thinking about voting for that dude. Yeah, what, you ain't? Well, fuck you if you ain't. You're part of the problem. No, you're part of the problem. You're both part of the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem. If you listen to that bullshit, and then you try to talk to people, you know, and they think you're out to control them. You can't tell me what to think and who to vote for. It's like you don't seem to understand. I'm not the one that's trying to control you. You're the one allowing yourself to be manipulated. And if you can't see that, there's nothing I can do for you. I can't, you know, all I can do is say, look, there's the right door. You know, if you want to avoid all of those other open doors, get your pick lock and fucking open that one. Because that's the one you need to fuck with. You got to use your fucking pick lock to get in there. you know, and if you ain't willing to cogitate a fucking thought, then go through one of those other open doors, and people with open arms going, come to us, because we want to hate a lot of people. Help us hate a lot of people. Yeah, it's days like this that the world tends to piss me off. Totally. Let's see, I was watching a movie. Oh, what was it? It'll come to me as soon as I stop being upset. Yeah, I think I caught it. It had already started. Shit. That was a fun movie too. Don't you hate that when you start a thought and then it just goes, it just evaporates, and you're like, where the fuck was I? I was right. I was right there, right? I was right. I wish I could just rewind and say, oh, that's right. Pause. That's what I was doing. That's what I was watching. Let's see. I'm going to pause this for a second and turn it up and see what it sounds like. Alright, I'm watching the volume meter dancing because of the sound of the air conditioner. It doesn't dance on this meter over here, but over here it's just going, right? So yeah, my wife and I watched the our Beverly Hills Cop. I should have been counting at how many times they said Axel Foley or Axel Foley, because it was like 1,000,000 times. It was like watching Hot Tub Time Machine, trying to figure out how many times they said the word fuck, or different variations on the word fuck. Fucking A, fuck you, fuck that, fucker. I mean, it was just, it started off and it was like, within the first 5 minutes, they had said Axel Foley like 30 times, it felt like. And it's like, dudes, anybody who's watching this new movie right now is watching it because they've seen one of the other movies, and probably the first one, right? And they know that this guy's name is Axel fucking Foley, right? I don't get it. Of course, that's the way it is in Hollywood. If they're trying to sell you something, they're going to say it 1,000,000 fucking times. You know? 1,000,000 fucking times. And oh boy, did they. It was an okay movie. It was an okay movie. It was great to see the old geezers propped up and put a lot of makeup on and made presentable, and then wheeled out there and made to act again. I did not believe that Eddie Murphy was doing Axel Foley. For me, all I could see during the whole movie, and I finally had to turn off my analyzer because it was disrupting my enjoyment. But all I could see was Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy stuff. It had no resemblance to the original Axel Foley, right? Which is what I would have, if it were me, I would have sat and watched the original movie at least once, and I bet he did not. I bet he's never seen the original movie. All right? If I know anything about Eddie Murphy, he did not watch ever the original movie. Maybe once with a kid, one of his kids or something, but I doubt it. And he did not watch anything related to the original stuff while preparing for this. That's it. He dusted off the jacket, they got a new Chevy Nova, and that was it. All of a sudden, boom, he's Axel Foley, and I did not believe it. I did not believe it for a second. Once I turned off my analyzer, I was able to enjoy it, but I still did not see Axel Foley there. I'm sorry. Sorry, Eddie. It just wasn't. It didn't work for me. And neither did a Coming to America. That didn't do nothing for me at all. Not a fucking thing. Leave well enough alone. If you need money, go get a fucking real job. Or do something new. But quit destroying stuff from the past by trying to breathe new life into your fucking bank account. It just don't work for me. No. Sorry. Every once in a while, somebody will knock it out of the park. Otherwise, those movies just lay flat. You know, every once in a great while, one will actually kind of work, you know. But I don't see too much of it. The Starsky and Hutch movie was okay. It was okay. They paid complete homage to the, is that it? Homage? They totally paid respect to the original series, right? They changed those characters just enough to kind of fit the, you know, the hip now, but other than that, it was okay, you know. It wasn't too bad. They stuck with just enough of the original stuff to make it worth watching, and changed it just enough to make it now, and that was it. You know, even though that movie is probably, 10 years old at least. Right? What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm still having trouble trying to pull that movie out of my head. That's what happens when you just do that. Like, you go to Prime and you go to the What's On Now thing, and it's just a bunch of stuff that's live streaming with commercials, you know. A movie, and then after it's going to have commercials, and then after it's over, another movie's going to start. I'll show you what's playing and then what's coming. And that's it. I hate new TVs. I hate not being able to just go channel. You have to go to the guide. You have to push on the thing. You got to wait, and then it goes to the thing, and then you got to sit and say, well, do I want to watch this? No, then you got to go to the guide. You got to press to another fucking channel, and it's just, whose stupid fucking idea was this to not have numbers on a fucking remote anymore, right? You guys are fucking idiots. You're all idiots. Roku, you guys suck. All of you people who allow these TVs to be made with no numbers on them, you're fucking idiots. All right? It's a number-based system. All right? Television, channels, live, whatever. It's a number-based system. Why can you not go from number to number to number in an ascending or descending sequential? It's the stupidest fucking thing in the world. You know? It is. You can sit there and you can swipe all day through fucking videos and stupid bullshit on your fucking phone. Why can't you just swipe through your fucking channels anymore? You know? Next channel. Next channel. Next channel. Why? Because we allow these idiots to fucking rule our fucking lives. When did we go to fucking digital, and why? Why is everything digital now? Why? So they can manipulate it easier. You can't manipulate live TV if it's not digital. You know, they found that out 24-ish years ago, right? That you have to take all of that live stuff, and it was a lot back then, and it's just a billion times that now. But back then, you had to take a lot of live stuff, and you had to take it and completely get rid of it everywhere else, manipulate it, and put it back out there, right? And nowadays, they just bring it in, replace it digitally, and send it back out like that. Computers, algorithms, AIs, and stuff that are completely rewriting reality as it's happening, right? They gather up all of this stuff off the internet. They take it in, they rewrite it, they delete all of this, and they put out all of the rewritten, recreated stuff. So we have no choice but to believe that this is reality, right? And there are so many people who watch these videos, right? YouTube videos, reels, shorts, all of these cute little fucking videos that we're constantly swiping through, you know, and being bombarded with. And so much of it is bullshit, right? But so many people believe it because it's, well, if it's here, it's got to be real. You can't tell me that's not real. Look, it's real, man. I'm telling you, that's real. So many people buy into this bullshit, no matter what the bullshit is, that you can't talk to them because they don't see reality anymore. Right? They've completely been bamboozled. Right? Completely. And they don't even know it. And that's the bamboozlement, is that they don't know it. Indeed. Indeed. And so then you try to talk to them and they're like, oh man, fuck you. You can't, no way, man. No way. You can't tell me, man. I see it, man. It's right there. Look. I tell you what, look at this. Right? Nope. I ain't buying it. Yep. Totally. I'm thinking about becoming an ore farmer on the moon. You know, get me a little shack. Yep. Little airtight dome on the moon. Little ore processing plant. Just sit up there and grow me some food in my hydroponics garden. Yep. Have fun on my hollow sweet. Shut up. What is this? Oh, sorry. I've been watching a little bit of that Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series. Oh, that's so fantastic. It's such a fun show. Whether you love it or hate it, Star Trek, this show is great because they're constantly just tearing up anything Star Trek. Just totally ripping it and tearing it and shredding it, and it's just awesome to watch, you know. It really is. It's very, very cool. It's so very cool. Like, oh my god, like it's that cool. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try to go contact that musical group again. Of course, it was over the weekend, you know, and musical groups are usually pretty busy over the weekend, so I'm hoping that I hear from them this week. Otherwise, I will try once again. I would try to get in touch with them. Because it's a year away, and I want to make sure that that if we can afford to have them come and play, that we do. You know, I think it would be really cool, you know, to have, you know, a night of rock and roll and a night of, like, new wave type pop, all the shit that was playing on the radio and MTV, right? And then have a night of, like, folk music. Right? 70s, 80s music, folkish, acoustical, that kind of stuff, you know. So I think 3 nights of music, varied kinds of music, and then hopefully have each of those 3 acts there for the entire weekend, so that we can also do some kind of improvisational jamming thing where during the day these guys, you know, hey, do you guys know this? Yeah, we know this. Well, hey, let's sit and jam together during the middle of the day with acoustical stuff and do stuff, because everything's going to be recorded and or going out live. So, I mean, it'll be fun on a bun, right? I keep trying to pump myself up about stuff, and I'm just like, fuck it. Yeah, starting to allow my physical and personal woes to control my emotions, and I hate that. Nothing going on underneath this roof. Everything here underneath this roof is beautiful. We're still kind of sick, but we're all hanging in there. We're getting over it. Work's kind of slow, but like I said before, we keep everything kind of on the down low. So when work fluctuates in the minus area, it's not a heavy hit. It's not going to kill us. You know, we proved through that 6 weeks of COVID thing. Where everybody was asked to stay at home for for a month or something, or a couple of weeks, and we stayed home for 6 weeks, and then 2 months, and we just realized that, you know what, because of our lifestyle and how we're able to live and adapt and survive and save during the good times, that it turned out to be an easy thing to do, and we're still able to do it, and we do it with our with the income, because of the work comes and then it goes, and then it comes and then it goes, you know, and that's just the way it is, and you get used to it. Sometimes you can spend, and sometimes you can't spend, you know. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you can save, and sometimes you can't save. Just roll with it. But, you know, other than a little up and down financially, I mean, ain't nothing happening around here. Everything's peachy keen. But out there in the world, my life is not a so bueno. I try to stay positive. I try to imagine that, hey, you know, if you can, you know, just kind of let people know that, you know, that you're you, and hey, you know. And it's like, fuck it, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to see past their own fucking bullshit, to see somebody else's fucking bullshit for what it is, you know. They're just gonna keep going on with the way they see the bullshit. It's easy, you know. I'm not gonna change the way I think. That's too hard. Alright, well, I guess I've been changing all these years for no reason at all. Reach out, get smacked. Reach out, get smacked. Reach out, get smacked. Eventually, you just stop reaching out because you don't want to get smacked, you know. And that sucks. You want to reach out, but you don't want to get smacked. That's it, you know. Can I reach out without getting smacked? Can I just, you know? Can somebody just reach back? That's all I'm wanting, you know. No. What do you think I'm here? At least somebody eventually down the road, along the line somewhere, is gonna watch all of this, all of these episodes and seasons and whatever, and take the time to get to know me for who I am, you know. At least on some level, anyway, I guess. I don't know. Probably not. What do I care? It's not like I'm going to be around to even give a shit. At least in some form I'll be around, right? In some kind of fashion, I guess. Nothing lasts forever. Not even forever. What is time? What? Yeah, don't start getting all weird. Don't get all weird, weird guy. It's weird enough here. Yeah, I need to just stay busy, stay out of my head, stop thinking about shit I cannot fucking control. Try to just move on with what I can and plan things far enough out that they still seem attainable, right? But not too far out that they seem like, nah, I ain't never gonna get there, you know? So my birthday this year, it'll be like, what is the next year gonna be? You know, more of the same, less of the same. More of more, less of less, I don't know. It's all pretty much the same anymore, just kind of a running out of time. A running of the clock. The meter is ticking down. The egg timer is about to go ding. You know, that's all it ever feels like anymore. When I get out and I'm actually out and able to move around and do stuff comfortably and have fun and enjoy it, and be somewhat separated from my pain and physical ailments, then I actually do enjoy, you know, being me and doing things. And I enjoy the world. The last time we went out to Hollywood, we didn't get to do half as much as I wanted to do. And that was hard. Just to do that much. Just to do a couple of things. I'm looking at the pictures going, wow, that's all we got? Just a couple of pictures and videos, that's it? And I wanted to go out and do, you know, so much more. So I find that I'm just going to have to do as much as I can from home, because home is where it's easiest to do stuff. You know, if I hurt, I can medicate. If I'm tired, I can lay down. If I'm hungry, I can eat. If I don't want to drive, I don't have to drive, you know. But if I'm out in the world, I have no choice in any of these. I have to go by with whatever's happening. And that sucks. Because sometimes I just want to, you know, lay down and take a nap. And we're on the freeway, right? Rolling down the road. And it's like, wow, I really just want to lay down and go to sleep for a couple hours. And there's like no way it's going to happen for another 8 to 10 to 12 hours, right? So this next trip in a week or two, on the 20-something, right at the end of the month, back out to Inglewood to the Forum again to take my daughter and her 3 friends out to see Niall Horan, one of the One Direction guys, one of Harry's buddies. So I will be just sleeping in the back of the car. I'll take an air mattress, get pillows and blanket, and just lay in there and watch a little Netflix and pass the fuck out. That's it. Because I can't, you know, I can't guarantee. So I need to plan for that. And if I'm ready to do something else, then I'm ready to do something else. Otherwise, I can do that, you know. Driving down the freeway going, I wish I could take a nap. It's like, all right, well, as soon as we get there, I'll take a nap, you know. And most of the trips are not like that, you know. They said, why don't we just get a room? And I can't do that either, because I'm not going to sleep in a room, especially a room filled with 4 snoring girls. I'm not going to, no. Put me in the bathtub in the bathroom. Like the old days, I was like, I ain't going to handle that. And even if I had my own room, right, I'm still not going to sleep. I don't sleep in new places. I just don't. I barely sleep at my own place, right? So it's, and then what? And then I go home, I have to drive home the next day with even less sleep than I would have had we just gone home. So we're just going home. They get done with the show, we get out of the parking lot, we get down the road, get over to the In-N-Out, and grab some food and hit the road and get home by 2:30 or 3 in the morning. I'm a happy camper. I can then make it here that Monday morning, and I think it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from last night. Yeah, 2 weeks from last night. That's when it is, man. Yeah. So, that I can deal with. You know, the plan is to get a nap while we're there, because they're going to be in the show for a while. We're going to get there early because they like to go to do the merchandise and go poke around and take pictures and all of that. So we'll do that, and then they'll go into the show, and I will crawl into the back of the frickin' little hybrid, right? Put some towels over the frickin' windows and just pass the fuck out, right? What are they gonna do? Sue me? I'm doing the dad thing, you know. That's what I signed on for, was to be, you know, taxi driver to a bunch of teenage kids, you know. And for the next couple of months, my daughter's still a teenager. She will be turning 20 about a month into her first year at university. She graduated college, 3 degrees, honors, President's List all 4 years. And she will be turning 2 decades old come September. 2 decades. Wow. That's pretty heavy. So, I remember when I turned 21, my father came to me and he said, "You know what, I'm 42. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Right now is the only time that you will be exactly half my age." And I went, wow, that's pretty heavy, right? And because of our age differences, there's no way that's ever going to happen with Natalie and I, right? There's just no way that she's ever going to be at a point where she's going to be exactly half my age, right? If there's just no way that's going to ever line up. Yeah. So I'll be 56 this year, I think. 50, 56? Fuck if I know, right? So I guess I'll be 56 this year, and she'll be 20. Yeah, I'd have to live into my hundreds, I think, for that to ever happen, for her to be half my age at some point. My father was always throwing those weird things out. What if your name was Norton? I'm like, what the fuck? Then, you know, you'd call me Nort or Little Norty or something. I don't know. What bearing does that have on anything, you know? I gotta warm this up. Norton. Oh, yeah. So another one he used to throw at me, my father. He used to throw this one. He said, "You know, when I was young, I almost married this redheaded girl, Diane, right? And he said, if I'd have married her, you'd have probably had red hair. And I'm like, no. Some other mutation of you and this redheaded broad would have had red hair, possibly, right? Me, I would never have existed, right? That's just the way it is. I would not have been some other mutation of. No, it would not have been me, flat out, simply. I am just a mutation of two people's combining. That's it. That's all it is. Just some kind of evolution or de-evolution of genetic materials. That's it. You can't really boil it down any more basic than that. I guess you could. But I wouldn't care to. Yeah. Real damn glad to be here. Damn excited. Can you tell how excited I am? Actually, I am quite excited that I made it here because of my technical difficulties. An hour ago, I'm here going, I'm surprised I'm here. Oh my gosh. Because I am surprised I'm here. That's with everything that took place this morning right before the show started. I thought, nah, I'm probably going to wind up sitting here futzing around with this computer all morning and then maybe getting it figured out and then just trying to do a bunch of computer shit before I got to take off and go clean a house, right? So there you go. Anybody get any rain? I know China's getting a lot of rain. We got a little rain off and on over the weekend. That was it. It poured, and then you go outside and go, wow, look, it stopped. And then it's dry and steamy. Yeah, wow, that was barely, but it was. Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. I'm watching myself on my phone to see when about how it looks like we're about 15 seconds between going out here and popping up over here on YouTube. But then again, it could just be that my, it could be a lot quicker with others, and there's just a delay in my phone. Right. See, there I am again, trying to distract myself from myself. My wife's like, you want to go outside and work on this? And I'm like, honey, I've been wanting to go outside for a week. Please. I've got so many things. I got a whole, you know that in the movie Labyrinth, right? At the end, that bagged lady who's got that big pack with all that stuff behind her on this pack. Here you need your doll, and here you need this, and don't forget this, you got to have that. Right, that's what I feel like. All of these things that I've got to, like Atlas, I've got all these things that I want to do, right alongside all the things I need to do, and I can just barely open my fucking eyes. I can just barely get motivated to take care of myself, basically. My wife and daughter are still like, did you eat? Have you eaten lately? Here, eat this. Because I'm just like, fuck it. Fuck it. The pain, is enough. And then when I got to deal with the mental and emotional bullshit, it's like, oh man, just shoot me. Just shoot me with morphine or something. Totally. The shirt still goes, yeah. That's reality. It's great when you get a shirt from Walmart that pretty much sums it up. Yep. Oh my god, they like totally get me. Right? At least somebody does. Some shirt manufacturer over in China. They get me. They totally get me. Actually, I've totally eased up on my shirt acquisitions. I'm over 80 plus t-shirts, graphic t-shirts, concert shirts, novelty shirts. And I think I'm going to start designing shirts now. I need to. I got to do a fundraiser, and I need shirts. So I'm going to have to, once again, add to that big pack of stuff on my back that I have to do. The plate in front of me is piled up so high, you know, there's no way I'm going to eat all of that. Yet I have to try. So, the bummer is that I keep taking on all these things and trying to do them myself, right? And a lot of these things require others, you know, and a lot of these things are happening because of others and need others to be involved, right? I mean, I would prefer involvement over financial investment, right? Because at some point this reunion thing is gonna come into the dollars and cents, you know, and that's not where my head is ever at. I'm just not that kind of person. I just cannot function thinking about money. I just can't, you know. Not at this stage, you know. I got other stuff to worry about. So I do like the idea of coming up with shirts to sell to offset a lot of the money needed to set this up and to get the entertainment there, because there are a couple of acts that I want to get there who are going to cost some money, you know, so that we can all sit around and be entertained and enjoy ourselves and dance and play and have fun, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of work. And from a guy who's completely fucking broken, it's a lot of work. So much fucking work, dude. Whoa. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Message. Well, that was from Tony, who likes my thing. I wonder if he'll click on the link and stop by. Perhaps. Perhaps not. It's kind of early. Most people don't have time for this show. Which is why I picked this time for this show. Who wants to sit and listen to an old fart rant and rave and vent about life and death and mortality and love and hate and government and religion? And not me. Where do I get off? Right? Yeah, what are you going to do? I got to get it out of here. Because if I don't, I'm going to pop. I'm going to pop. Got to get it out. It ain't always pretty. You know. Not everybody likes what I have to say. But it's real and it's honest. You know. It may be slanted in one point of view, but you know, what am I going to do? Be 8 people here? It is what it is. I am what I am. That's all there is to it. If you're going to fault me for that, well then, you know, look in the mirror and fault yourself too. That's all I got to say about that. For now. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Just not. I've been laying off the NyQuil, popping an occasional vitamin C and a little echinacea, you know. Trying to eat regularly, and then trying to do a lot of, you know, high protein stuff, trying to put on a little weight. And that's tough because I just don't want to eat. Oh, so we got pizza last night, and I've been like, pizza lately. I mean, a year ago, if you'd asked me for pizza, I'd be like, yeah, let's get a pizza. Yeah, I want to get one of them deep pan pizzas with, you know, with this and that. And I'd be like, yeah, and then I'm like, eat a half a pizza in one sitting, right? You better get 2. And then it got to the point to where I'd be like, I'd eat a half a piece and go, blah. Blah. And we'd, you know, change, and it just, you know, change different places, and, you know, I'd get the same pizza from different places, and it was like, eh. So I decided, okay, the next time you order pizza, I want to try something different. So she's like, okay, what kind of sauce do you want? I'm like, that's it right there. That's exactly the right question, sauce. And I'm like, let me get a pan, let me get garlic parmesan sauce and mushrooms and bacon. Let's try that. And boy, was that a hit last night. I was back to eating a lot, which is, you know, hard to do. So that's going to be my breakfast for this morning, is reheating a piece of that in the toaster oven, getting it nice and crispy and warm and chewy, and eat that for breakfast with a big tall glass of orange juice. So that sounds inviting, you know, whereas normally at this time I'm going, don't even talk, no, don't talk about it. So yeah, this is good. I can enjoy my coffee, some Bong Hits, and then by 8 o'clock when I'm starving, I can just finish here and pop a piece of pizza in the oven, you know, heat that puppy up. Tony seems to be popping through my stuff, saying, what's that? Tony is someone went to high school with. As are a lot of the people on my Facebook friends list, as well as many people here on YouTube. Mainly because I've got like less than 100 friends on Facebook, because I'm not somebody who's going to go out like, oh, I need I need more friends than this person. I need, or I need to know this person and this person and this person and this person and this person. It's like, you know what, if they want to hang out digitally, then I'm totally cool with befriending somebody or accepting a friendship request. But I try not to, I'm nobody's cup of tea, so I try not to force myself on anybody. So I don't say, ooh, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend. I'll follow people and not say, ooh, let me be your friend. Mainly because I don't want to, it's like Facebook reminders for birthdays. It's like, I don't need people who haven't given me the time of day in 40 years to say happy birthday to me, right? It doesn't seem personal anymore. It seems like, oh, you go over and tell that person you're sorry. Go on, go tell them. That's what it seems like to me, contrived. So I took my birthday off of that, turned it off, and every once in a while I get reminded that it's somebody else's birthday, right? And I don't do birthday wishes because, on occasion I will, if it's somebody that I've seen recently or talked to personally recently, then yeah, I'll wish them a happy birthday. Personally, on a message, not on Facebook. Look at everybody. I'm saying happy birthday to him. Look at me. I'm doing it. Look, Mom. Thank you, Mom. I did it. Yeah, I did what Mom told me to do. Give me a break. So I don't do that crap. I'm reminded. I better send out that card. There goes that card that I send. I don't do that. If you do, that's fine. I just, it's not my thing. So I got tired of, who's that? Oh, that's right, that's that guy. Well, thanks for the happy birthday. So I got tired of doing that, or people who never talk to me, never comment, never send me an actual hello or hey man, what's going on? Or hey, check this out. Did you know about this? Usually I get a cat video or a meme or something or a random blanket post to everybody on the list, and it's like, oh man, take me off that list, please. Send me a personal message, send me a photograph, hey man, what's going on? I like those posts. I like it when somebody posts something original. I have a few friends out there that like to travel and they go around, and them and their spouse are out doing stuff, or people that just generally are out enjoying life. Or, sending me stuff from within their own house. Look what I did today. I organized my garage or whatever. Fucking awesome. That's what I want to see, real stuff. That begins a real conversation, Looking at countless videos about stupid crap that nobody cares about, but probably you. And you probably don't even care about it. You're just doing it because, you're sitting on the toilet or in the dentist office, or you're at work or whatever, wasting time. And that's all it is. It's a time waster. I haven't got time for that. I've got time for this because this means something. In the long run, this all means something. This serves a purpose. Countless hours spent swiping, scrolling, looking at garbage that's just there to program you. No, not for me. Take me off of that list. Unsubscribe me. Please, don't take me there anymore. I don't want to go. I want to warm up my coffee, though, because I like it hot. Hot. Oh, yeah. I get these little bursts of excitement and energy thinking about doing something. It's like, oh, I really want to do that. And then it's like I'm bombarded in my head with all of these other things that are on that pack behind me waiting to get done, right? It's like, oh. And it just makes me feel miserable, right? You know, why couldn't you just get up every day and take care of these things every day and knock out that list every day, right? Oh man, I wish I could. I wish there was 8 of me. Of course, they'd have to be in the same condition, but at least, you know, I'd have at least 1 or 2 of me out there getting something done. Because this sucks. Bloody sucks. Did he say he's wearing bloody socks? Yeah. That's what I said. Well, let's take a look at a couple of TV guides here. Pardon me. Ow. And see if there's any movies coming on. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Here's a double. So I gotta get that one. And then, yeah. Alright. I'm just flipping TV guides around over here. Because I love my TV guides. I do. I truly and honestly do. Like these two. This one here is, I thought it was ripped, but it's not. It's the egg that Mork is coming out of. Let me see if I can make this easier for you guys to see. There you go. So there's Mork and Mindy on the cover of the TV guide. Alright, and this is from 1978, October, Halloween. And then if we look at this one here, that's Pam Dauber again. And that is from 1980, 2 years later, when she is still on Mork and Mindy. But she's grown up a little bit. So there's my 2 Mork and Mindy TV guides from 78 and 80. Right? And then what else do we got over here? Oh, I've got Chico and the Man. Right? Jack Albertson, Freddie Prinze, and Scatman Carruthers. Right? There's Chico and the Man on TV Guide. And that one is from 1976 in March. Staples are coming through on this cover here, but it's a good one. And then where is here's this one. Ooh, wait. This is this one here is a good one, just because it's got Bob Dylan on the cover. That's Bob Dylan right there, Bob. You're there, Bob Dylan. And that is from 1976 as well. Bob Dylan Today, a rare interview, TV special this week. So it's a Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan. And then, of course, this one's one of my favorites. This is Grizzly Adams here. Let me show you this one here. This is Grizzly Adams. There's Dan Haggerty and his bear Ben. Is that Ben? Is that his name? Yeah. Oh, Bozo is the name of that bear. The actor bear is Bozo. And this is from 1977. June of 1977, people. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So that's that's one of the things I like to do, is sit and look through these things here. And then, of course, this is a special one here. This this TV guide here. This is a Jimmy Carter inaugural edition, 1977. So he would have been elected in 76, and he will take office for a dazzling 2.5 hour gala performance honoring the inauguration of President-elect Jimmy Carter and Vice President Walter Mondale. So, yeah, there you go. So that's the gala after. And then, oh, what's that? A Winston cigarette ad. Isn't that special? And then Little Ladies of the Night is the ABC Sunday night movie at 9. World television premiere. David Soul, Linda Pearl, Dorothy Malone, Louis Gossett, Clifton Davis, and Paul Burke. Paul Burke. That's that guy. I have no idea who the hell Paul Burke is, right? ABC Sunday night movie special right there. Ooh. Ooh. Get out of here, man. No, I thought it was my encyclopedias here in this thing here. Yeah, you can buy some cool stuff, you know, right here in the TV guide. You know, oh look, and they have recipes here. And these are recipes probably for the inauguration, right? Taste of the World, Continental Brunch, Living Room Picnic. Wow, isn't that special? Second honeymoon dessert. So there's a bunch of recipes in here, probably on account of the I think it's a new thing that they were trying to do, because it's got a little cut here, and it's got a little place to put holes, and they probably sell, you can probably find a little binder that these all fit in, right? And then bada bing. Totally. Ooh, some Nova. The hot-blooded dinosaurs. Ooh. 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 Yeah, I got a lot of these TV guides from the 70s and 80s, and into the 90s even. And they're really, really fun to check out. Like, here you can buy books, right? You can buy books right in the middle of the TV guide here. And I actually see a couple of books here that my father owned. He owned this Adolf Hitler book. And it was a 2-volume set talking about the life of Adolf Hitler. Not that my father was into warmongering, but after his own service in Vietnam, he kind of became a history buff with World War II, and he would read a lot about World War II from different sides, from the sides of the Japanese, from the sides of the Russians, from the sides of the Germans, from the sides of the Americans, the Allies. So he would kind of take a look at it from all different aspects, probably because of his time at college and university. Probably helped him to hone those skills of investigation. But yeah, I see a few of these here that look familiar. Hollywood Babylon, that one right there. That one's definitely, I remember that one. Yeah, actually that sewing one there. Yeah, Hollywood Babylon. That one, this Adolf Hitler book. Wow. Okay, so this is 1977, and here is The Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, right? That's heavy. And there's Sybil. There's Sybil. That's an important book. Later on, In one of these TV guides, we see the little mini-series. Oh, look, a whole other page of books. Any here that look familiar? Oh, look, a Martha Stewart. I've got some great old 1970s Martha Stewart cookbooks. Great stuff. Oh, another page. Look, there's Dune. Yep. There you go. Life after life. Oh my gosh. I totally get it. Shut up. Jack the Ripper. The Alice Crimmins case. Medical advisor. Medical advisor. Trinity. Modern Woman's Medical Encyclopedia. Alfred Hitchcock presents stories to be read with the door locked. Ooh, so see that one there. That is one that my 7th grade literature teacher, Mr. LaValle in Murietta, California, he would turn off the lights in the room and light a candle on his desk and sit and read from that book. That was fun. Yeah, I had some great teachers. Of course, they didn't always think I was that great. I was kind of the oddball. The Boys from Brazil. That's another one. Snoopy. The Omen. Yeah, totally, man. Bustin' Loose. Busting Loose. Busting Loose. Busting Loose. Busting Loose. That's a TV show. The Jeffersons movie. Wow. Jefferson's movie. Yeah. There's good stuff. Coffee, 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 coffee. Give me more coffee, more coffee. So yeah, oh look, I opened it right to the page. That's heavy. That is heavy. The Man in the Iron Mask. Richard Chamberlain. I love a good Richard Chamberlain movie. Shogun, that series, mini-series. I just found that, and I am going to download it and watch it. I can't put it on YouTube. It just ain't gonna happen. I'd love if somebody would hang out with me for, an hour or so a week and do a watch party. That would be fun. I could do that. Set up a Facebook group thing in Messenger, and then invite people to the group thing, and then when it starts, if people want to join in and watch the movie and see other people's faces bopping in and out while they're giggling about it, we could do anything. I've got like ooh, look, 8-track tapes, Columbia House. Look at all those 8-tracks. They're all so colorful. Of course, when you get them, they're not the color. They're not the color that you see them here. They're just doing that to make it a rainbow variety, like a purple Ted Nugent free-for-all. Yeah. While they do have all of these colors in 8-track, because I have many of these colors, it's not usually the way it is. There's another thing that is on my list of things to do, is get a working 8-track player together and get back into working on my 8-tracks. Oh, now this is fun. This is one of those things that you buy, and it teaches you how to make these these rugs. I don't know if you can see that real well, but it teaches you how to make these rugs, and it gives you the pattern and the material, and then you sit there and you hook it and loop it through this little net mesh thing, right, and create these designs. You know, is that cool? Oh, and look, somebody did the crossword. Hey, at least they finished it this time. I don't know if they got it right. I saw a few mistakes on the other ones that I've looked through. But yeah, women's fashions, commercials, cools. You know, I got to talk about cool cigarettes. There you go. The inauguration of Jimmy Carter, and then the right guard. You know, let's hope he uses right guard when he's up there getting inaugurated. I didn't get inaugurated. Ooh, more. There we go. More. More 100s and more menthol light 100s. I smoked a lot of those. Man, because my friend's mother smoked them and we didn't have any, so it was like, yeah, I'll take one. If you're going to swipe one from your mom's purse, man, get me one too, man. Wow. The Harlem Globetrotters, a little stuff on them. That's cool. I saw them in 1977 in Fallbrook at the little middle school auditorium basketball. It was indoors. It had, you know, the stands on both sides. It used to be the high school, I think, until they built the new high school, and then this became the middle school. And it was the junior high, and then I was going to the elementary with my brother before it was the 6th grade at this point, so he went to 6th grade camp that year. But that year, in 77, Harlem Globetrotters came to Fallbrook, California, and played at the old middle school. Maybe it was the high school back then. I don't recall. I think it was the middle school. Yeah. But that was neat, getting to see those guys. That was funny. It was like getting to meet Ronald McDonald, right? The original, real Ronald McDonald, and getting to meet him and get a gift and that kind of stuff. That was one of those memorable things, you know. One of those heavy deals. Okay, now that is neat, right? So there's this cooler, right? Where is it? I guess you can't see it too well. Right, it's where my thumb is, and it's this little cooler. You can see the top pretty clear, but it's a cooler designed for cans to slide into and be kept cold, and then the portions around the pockets where the cans are, of course, on the inside can be filled up and then frozen, right? And then when you pull the can out, it's actually got a whatchamacallit on it, a beer cozy, a bottle cozy. So you can put beers, you can put bottles and cans in this thing, you know. And it comes with a beer cozies. And it's only $6.95 plus tax and shipping and handling. So that was pretty cool. You know, old TV Guide ads. And we got Marlboros on the back here. We got a Marlboro ad on the back. Of course we do. Back when it was okay to advertise tobacco like that. I remember for a brief period recently where they got through some loopholes, they were getting away with advertising vaping on TV, and they had people out there, actors and famous people, saying, yeah, I vape, man, try vaping, it's cool. And then that lasted a minute, and then all of a sudden those commercials were gone, and the commercials that replaced them were those PSAs about, man, if you vape, fucking stop now, man, because you're just killing yourself and you're rotting your brain. Because that's pretty much it. And then you get those people, you try to talk to them about it, and they prove that their brain is rotten because they just freak out, man. Rawr! Blowing steam at you while they're freaking out. You can't tell me what to do, man. I don't have to listen to nobody, man. Totally. Well, you know, people have so many rights now. They have all their rights, and they got their right to be stupid, you know. They got the right to do these stupid things and to be manipulated this way. Hey, if you want to be manipulated that way, it's your right. You know, if you want to, you know, be sold on these things and these ideas and these ideals and these consumer bullshit, then go for it. But don't try to take me along. And don't try to convince me of the bullshit. You know, well, vaping's not harmful. It don't smell, you know, because you're full of shit. And you're full of their shit, and then you're full of your own shit. Because vaping sucks. You know, I'd rather smell cigarette smoke than somebody's vape. I mean, it smells like a urinal cake. It does. It's like that mint-flavored, you know, wintergreen chewing tobacco. It smells like a fucking urinal. It smells like a toilet. I'd rather smell obnoxious cigarette smoke or cigar smoke than to smell that hideous odor in the form of steam, you know. It's just nasty. I mean, it is. I mean, you want to do that stuff, go stand with the smokers and the drinkers, you know, and the people who are doing all of that stuff, you know. Because it, you know, if I'm going to smoke, I'm going to do it off where the vapors are at doing their thing, you know. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's the same fucking crap. It's a pollutant that others should not have to be, you know, suffered with. So if I'm going to smoke, I'm going to walk, and I'm going to walk, you know, 10, 20, 30 feet away and do my thing and come back. You know, where are you going? I'm going to take a hit off this. Oh, all right on, man. You know, I'm going to go stand with the smokers for a minute. You know, hey, man, you're going to vape over here, man. Get away from the people. I don't want my daughter smelling that shit. I don't need my wife and daughter going, ew, and having to get up and leave the area because you're inconsiderate and you can't control yourself long enough to go 15 seconds without sticking that e-dick in your face and sucking on it and making a giant cloud around you. Nobody wants that. You know, it's not cool. It don't look cool. It ain't cool at all. You know, it's obnoxious. It's annoying. You know, take yourself away from everyone and go do that shit. Don't just pull it out and start sucking and make a cloud and keep talking like it's not happening, because it is, and it's rude. It's way fucking rude. And if you can't control yourself enough to move your ass the fuck over there, then there's something wrong with you, and you're addicted to that fucking nasty ass fucking poison. So much so that it's rotting your brain that you can't even be courteous. Right? Period. You know, has nothing to do in the long run or in the short run. It has nothing to do with who likes what. It comes down to you being rude or not. Are you going to be nice and courteous and go do that somewhere else so other people don't have to be subjected to it? You know, well, it doesn't matter what you think. All right? You ain't everybody else. Take your shit and go over there and puff on your vape, make your clouds, dissipate, unstink, and then fucking come back. You know? People pick up and go outside and smoke a fucking cigarette or cigar or smoke a joint or something. They're not going to do that right in your fucking house. They're not going to do that in a crowd of people. Why? Because it's rude. It's discourteous. You know? Etiquette, man. Fucking etiquette. And if I gotta be the person to say, hey, don't do that shit here. Go. Get the fuck, go stand over there and do that. You know? I'll be right there. So I'm gonna grab my shit and come over and smoke with you. But don't fucking do that shit right here. You know? You got 6 people here that don't smoke, that don't vape, that don't do any of that shit, and then don't want to have it in their lives. Why should they have to get up and move because you want to create a 8-foot fucking ball of smoke around you, or steam, or whatever the fuck it is? It ain't smoke, man. I don't give a fuck. It ain't cool, man, is what it is. It ain't fucking cool. So pick your shit up and go vape, go blah, blah, blah on your fucking cell phone, you know, because it's that kind of annoying. And then come back and involve yourself with everyone. Hold on, I'm just going to take this phone call right here. And then everybody else has to stop and listen to your fucking phone conversation. No. Same thing. It's like, I'm just going to take a leak right here, you know. No. That ain't cool. So why would you, you know, smoking or vaping or doing any of that shit right here? You know. I'm just going to be an asshole and do whatever the fuck I want and make everybody else have to suffer with my fucking bullshit. Sorry, I try to be polite. I try not to be judgmental. I really do. I mean, probably more than anyone else, because most people don't realize what fucking snobbish Karens they're being. You know, self-centered, self-righteous, self-absorbed, self-centered. Just fucking selfish. So being constantly affected by those types of people throughout my entire life, I really, really do try to make an effort to open my eyes and see, you know, well, if I'm going to do this, how is this going to affect that person or this group of people? You know, am I really going to do this right here? No. Am I going to say this or think this here? No. You know, why? Because that's not appropriate. It's not courteous, you know. And we've lost touch with that, you know. And I feel like, you know, I'm like one in a million out there trying to think, you know, beyond whatever my world is going through, you know. Because that's what it comes down to. People are so wrapped up in their own bullshit. They haven't got time for anybody else's. Oh my God. Like, no, I can't think about you. Get out of my face. Go away. So that's all it is, man. That's all it is. How dare you make me think about you? Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. It's days like this where I'm coming off of too much pain and too much sickness and too much of this and that and not enough of what I want to fucking do. And I just wind up in a hole. Yeah. And I can't reach out for help past anyone in my household because there ain't anyone there, no matter what, because, you know, they're not going to see me with open eyes. They're just going to go, oh, that guy doing that thing, or whatever the fuck people think of me. Yeah. Totally lost in space. contemplation, introspection, miscommunication, discombobulation, self-flagellation. Congratulations. Shut up. Anyways, Halls. Well, I guess when I get done with here in the next hour, I'll probably put some stuff on here. I've got one more video to create, and then I can continue uploading next week's programming. All of the old-time radio is uploaded. Yeah. I have one more video to create, and then just TV shows and movies to upload to YouTube, and then next week's programming is done. It's becoming pretty easy to create the content out of borrowed content, and then to create videos. It's good therapy, provided I don't get into copyright trouble. So I'm pulling back from a lot of the stuff I've been contemplating uploading. Because I had a lot of plans, but, you know, reality steps in and says, you gotta do this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm readjusting. Right now my body is trying to torment me. And I have to adjust my thinking. Lort. L-O-R-T. Lort. I am Lort of Krugamaut. And if you've ever been to Krugamaut, then you know. And I don't have to tell you. But if you haven't, then Krugamaut is not a place to visit. Unless you breathe methane. And fart oxygen. I don't fucking know. See, when I'm on, and I'm off, then this is what happens. I really need to just open this place up and just dust and organize and clean and get everything back to normal in here so that I will feel normal again. Because right now, and I don't know that it's going to work, but it should help. You know, I need to loose eyeball. It's loose. So yeah, I need to redecorate. I think that's going to help if I pull some things out and bring some new stuff in and kind of mix it up a little bit. I think it'll help me to I don't know, breathe some new life into my imagination, I guess, into my creative flow. Arr. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't really listen to LPs while I'm cleaning in here because of the dust, right? And I can't put a record on and then put the thing on it because there's too much risk of me bumping it while I'm putting the thing back on. So, when I'm playing records, I just leave the thing off and play the record and then use my stuff to clean it really good. But I'm going to probably try to listen to some records today because that's fun and therapeutic while I'm cleaning and organizing and doing stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm getting to the point where I have a lot of material uploaded to YouTube for discussion. So at some point, I'm hoping that people will be coming by, watching a movie or listening to an old-time radio show or enjoying an old TV program or commercial or something, and then want to stop in on these days and talk about them, right? Monday Movie Memories. This is a perfect day right now to sit and talk about old movies. So that, that being said, it's only happened once, and it happened last week where somebody wanted to talk about movies, but I think they had kind of a misunderstanding of what this show is about. It's about, more about memories of these things rather than sitting here getting on Wikipedia and doing research and then me reading a bunch of facts. I mean, you can do that, right? Well, you can do that and then comment in and we can then discuss stuff, right? I'd like to expand the knowledge I have about TV and movies and old-time radio, but I'm not just going to, like somebody's comment the other day was, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, find it on Wikipedia, talk about it. And I was like, I don't get it. Are you like, are you telling me that this is your request, or why don't you get on Wikipedia and talk to me about it? Because that's not what this is about, And there were like something like Elton John live at some place 2023, talk about it. And I'm like, no, man, you want me to talk about it? Fine. I'm not an Elton John fan. I like some of his movie stuff, soundtrack stuff, and his 70s stuff. That's it. That's all. What more do you want to know? You want to dig up some information on those albums? I probably got an 8-track around, but it was like some 45s. But I don't have any Elton John records, I don't think. Because it's not in my listening repertoire. Actually, I do have some Elton John. But it's just that's not what I'm here to do. To be told, what to talk about. If you want to talk about something, then let's talk about it together. First of all, if you want to research something on Wikipedia or IMDb or something, well, then go there and you research it and talk to me. I know what I want to know. If you want to talk to me about something, if I want to know something more, I'll find it and research it. But I thought it was kind of funny that, and then it went into some other weird direction, that comment conversation. I'm glad I had Joey there to help guide me through whatever they were trying to accomplish. But it was funny. But I would love for somebody to comment in and say, hey, I watched one of your, one of these uploaded movies, and and it turns out I watched that in school, or my father helped produce that, or whatever. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's uploaded. Let's talk about some of the the things that are already there, or let's, direct me to some movies on YouTube. I love to go to YouTube places and find stuff to watch and talk about here. It's a lot of fun. It is. Sorry, I just got lost again. Just got a little bit sidetracked. Yeah, anyway. There you are. There you have it. I'm not a morning person, but I'm awake in the morning, so I guess that makes me a morning person. So with this shirt, does that mean I hate myself? Or I don't like myself? Because I don't like morning people, or mornings, or people. And I'm at least two of those, right? I'm a morning person because I'm here, and I'm a person. I'm a people. I don't know. What a message, right? I got a message. I gotta get out to Walmart and get me I've got to get me a padding. I've got to get me an air mattress, and then test it out in the back, figure out what I need in there to make it work and feel comfortable in the back of a hybrid. Should be plenty of room, right? If I can get something to keep the place where the front seats are going to be leaned down like this, right? If I can get something to keep that from falling, then it should work out fine. And then just as long as I can stay in a nice horizontal position, have a little headroom, I think I should be okay. I think there's enough room in the back to put my head in the back and put up some curtains and make it nice and cozy back there, cozy and dark, and just keep the engine, because it's a hybrid, so the engine only comes on once in a while, and just keep the AC on and just sit there, there you go. And there you go. And just sit there and chill out. Take a nice long nap. And try to get a nap in so that I'm waking up from my nap like 30 minutes before they're coming out, right? So I got just enough time to kind of wake up and get my act together and then be ready to hit the freeway and come home, right? Because it's just all about it's all about that In-N-Out burger afterwards, right? I mean, when it all comes down to it after the show, it's just all about getting that In-N-Out burger and getting home. Well, it's my daughter and her rituals. Yeah, my friends and I used to have that when we were younger. We used to have those ritual things that we used to love to do, the milk and cookies at night after the party, or that sparking up that bowl right when the flame lights on Bonanza, right? And after school, get home and get in there and get packed up and ready to spark it up right at Bonanza time, that kind of thing. Little rituals, I'm sure I'm glad that her rituals are a little more wholesome than ours were. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know. We've got to go out and clean a house here at 11, but I may actually eat a little piece of pizza, and then just kind of lay down for an hour before it's time to go. You know, we don't do much driving in my van because it's big. It consumes a lot of gas, and it doesn't run all that well. It likes to sputter and stuff because of a fuel issue, fuel system. So it does a lot of sitting, unfortunately. So my wife's like, should we non-op it? And I'm like, God, I wish we could. We need two vehicles. I mean, you never know when we're going to need two vehicles. You know, you're out of town and I got to do something. You know, I'm out of town and you got to do something. It's just the way it is. You know, we need two vehicles. Regardless of how much money it costs us that we don't really need to spend every day. I mean, it's not like we drive the thing every day. It's not like we drive it. I mean, it's been like a month since I've driven it. You know, it's just sitting out there. I feel like it's been a month since I've driven me. But, you know, it's got to be there in case we get a lot of work and we both have to be going in two different directions. And that's just the way it is. You know. If we got to take one car to take the kid to campus and one car to be here for work. That's just the way it's got to be, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. I better heat up this coffee so I can enjoy the last little bit of it. Yeah, it gets overwhelming, and I just want to say fuck it, and crawl into bed, you know. And I hate reverting back to that guy. Oh no, Wedgie. It sucks. I hate being that guy. I hate being that guy that just says fuck it. You know, I mean, it got me like 30 years of my life erased. You know, because I spent so much time just saying fuck it and just hiding. And I don't want to go there anymore. And I got all this exterior stimuli, external shit going on that is trying to force a negative emotional reaction out of me. And I hate it. You know, I hate it. I just want things to be good and positive, and it's, you know, as good and as positive as it is, there are a couple of key things that go out of whack, and it just doesn't matter how good and positive everything else is. Those couple of key factors, you know, just screw everything up, you know. And most of my life it's been the same factor, you know, family. Pretty much it, you know. And like I said, nothing in the household, everything in the household is always, you know, really, really good and positive. always sends my personal state of being askew, a whack. Everything gets a little wonky. I try so hard just to focus on being happy, you know, so that there's a better chance that you're going to be happy, or at least will have experienced a good amount of happiness at the point of departure, whenever that happens, because you never know when it's going to be. So try to stay happy, right? And if you're going out, try to think happy thoughts, right? So, yeah, sometimes it's really hard to stay happy. You know, you can't stay happy all the time. No, but you could try. And trying leads to a better opportunity of being happy, right? And when I just don't care to try, that's no fun. Because I want to care. I want to try. You know, and there are certain parts of my life where I feel like I'm just in it alone. You know? Born alone, live alone, die alone. It's not always like that, but I want connections to the past, but I want new connections, you know. I don't want the old connections, you know. I want to see a new look in people's eyes. I don't want to see that same old, oh, that's Mike. You know, I want to see something fucking new, something different, you know. Well, you know, as much as I try to get beyond that, that's just what it comes down to. I gotta be me, and nobody wants to see me as me. And then that leads to, well, fuck it then. Fuck it. There are a lot of people from my past who I can communicate with because they, you know, we've been out of touch for so long, and all we ever really had was that period. You know, it's easy to get to know those people again. You share so much past with someone, they think that it represents the present, and it doesn't. You know. It's unfortunate, but it's just reality, you know. It's just reality. Reality, wow, what a concept. Yeah, right. Totally. Totally. Yeah, I was on the old interweb there last night and came up with a dozen or so little cool educational films. Yeah, I got like a half dozen ones on Mexico, which is pretty damn cool. I loaded one up for next week. Mexican Village Life is next week. So that's pretty cool. No, that's this week. Yeah, Mexican Village Life is this week. Next week, well, nothing on Mexican, but I've got a lot of Mexican stuff now for the following week. I don't want to upload too much during the week. 22 videos a week is plenty, and then my 10 live shows a week, 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. That's a lot of stuff. I'm over 400 videos now between all of the live and uploaded content. I need to take some time away and create some more original content. I've just been out of it, imagination-wise, creatively. I've just been withdrawn. So this here has just helped me stay busy, just keeping this live stuff going, uploading these random videos and these old-time radio shows. It just helps me to keep from going out of my frickin' head. But all of these things mean something to me. They strike some kind of a chord within me that makes me want to share them with you. I mean, even this one, it's a show called Bold Journey, right? And it's the episode is called Silver Caravan, and it's about Airstream travel trailers, right? And it's just a little 30-minute episode, and I thought, you know what, that'd be way cool. I got an Airstream, what do they call it? It's an auto camp is what it is. It's an auto camp. They've just filled with brand new Airstream trailers and big giant single wide old school trailers, right? And you can pull in, stay and camp and rent one for a night or the weekend or a week or whatever, right? It's an auto camp. You're just driving through, grab a trailer, you know. Trailers for sale or rent. It's exactly. So I thought that would be really cool. And I love Airstreams. I've lived in travel trailers most of my life. We still got a travel trailer that we lived in for 10 years. And now we live in a mobile home, which is essentially is just a big travel trailer that don't travel. The little Joshua tree, or the little tree, it's about Joshua tree. I just, you know, the stuff that I upload means something in some capacity, which is why I upload it. I don't just upload random stuff. I mean, it is semi-random in how I find it, but it has to make me go, hey, yeah, and then I'm uploading it. Hey, yeah. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let for 50 cents. Shut up. All right. I'm a man by no means, who king of the road. All right. I got a million Post-its staring at me, notepads, lists. My wife is right. I need a secretary. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, king of the road. And I'm so fucking out of it. I want to be in it. I just can't get there. Somebody throw me a line. It's hard to get past bad wishes from people and to just go on like they never happened, right? It's really hard when you really never wished anything bad for anyone else, you know. Just only really wanted to ever just be accepted, you know. You don't have to understand me, just accept me, you know. I'll do you the same courtesy. It just never works out that way. It's a struggle. It's a struggle just to give a shit some days. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, I was in deep thought, thinking about a project that I'll probably never get to work on because I've got so much other bullshit to deal with. And time is short. You know, there's only so much of it out there. I'm sure there are a lot of people who would like to think that we're going to live forever. But that just ain't the case. It just ain't the case. And so now I decide, so what, I would just want to get back into bed again? Yes, I do just want to get back into bed again, but mainly just because I'm tired. Well, let's face it, I'm exhausted. It's hard to plan a reunion party that you may not see, you know? Or at least that's what you feel like. Regardless of what the reality is or the outcome. It's just hard to look that far ahead, you know? But I had to look that far ahead for everyone else's sake so that everyone else could plan to be there, right? I tried to do it like, you know, hey, let's do it like in a month. And it's like, pfft. Right, 3 people. If we got a dozen people there, that would be a hit, right? A dozen people and their issue, their family's kid or grandkid or friends or whatever. Because, you know, ultimately it's got to be more than just a couple of people gathering together, or we could just do that on fucking Zoom, right? So it's got to be something that's, you know, family members of different families are going to be coming to get together with themselves as well as with others, right? So, you know, it's got to be more than just a couple of people coming to sit and drink a beer. So planning that far ahead, hopefully will accomplish that. You know, getting others involved. If I can reach out once a week to somebody and get somebody committed to something small and menial that over time will create, you know, exactly what its outcome should be, well then that's awesome. Somebody who will kind of grow into the position of what they're supposed to do. Mainly I need a couple of people who know a lot of people so that the right people can be invited, right? Because I don't really know anyone. I'm so removed from that period, and I just don't remember a lot of names. I barely remember faces. Stupid brain injury. So, there you go. I'll just keep reaching out and hopefully not getting my hand slapped, you know. And the biggest slap is when there's just no response. That's the biggest slap. No response at all. You know, somebody saying, "No, man, I can't. I don't have time for that." That's not a slap. That's a realistic, reasonable response to, "Hey, you want to get involved with planning this? Are you coming?" Right? No response at all. Well, that kind of hurts. You know, that kind of hurts. A real response, reality. "Hey, man, I don't like you, man." Well, there you go. That's at least real. Hey, I can dig that. You know, not many people like me, so I understand. A lot of other people are going to be there. I'm just a small portion of this, right? So don't think that you're coming there to see me. You know, you're coming there to see everyone else, man. And I get that. So, you know, I don't want to turn off those people who want to come to see everybody else, which is why I want to get others involved in the invitation thing. Because ultimately it's not about me. It's about that period and those people and the time that we shared, good and bad. That's it. I don't want people to come off thinking, "Hey, man, it's about him." You know, if it was, I'd put it on my birthday and say, "Hey, man, everybody come and bring me a present." It's not about me. I'm trying to make it on a day when there's nobody celebrating a birthday. Maybe right before, right after, hopefully. You know, and if you're having a birthday, keep it to yourself. You know, let's not make this about you. Let's make it about everyone else. Yeah. I don't know, man. I got so much positive direction. I just don't feel positive right now. I just feel negative. Negative Nelly. I just need to get my head out of it. Just need to get my head out of it. Yeah, I guess I just need to try to pick a project here and work on it till it's done, and then just hopefully not get interrupted by pain or other frickin' issues. You know, and try to pick short burst projects that I can accomplish easily. Feel good stuff, you know, yay, I did that, woohoo. And I think try to just snowball that into some kind of forward momentum. I don't like to move forward because that just means going toward the end, right? So I try not to look that way. I just want to function, right? In the now, for the sake of the now, which really makes it hard to plan for something that's a year away. But I got to do it, which is why I need to get others involved. I can plan for it, right? Plan a bunch of cool stuff and then set it aside, not think about it. And then plan a bunch of stuff and then set it aside and not think about it. So I need to say, okay, look, this is what I got in mind for this. Take this ball and run with it and give that to somebody else, right? Look, I created these shirt designs. I've got a place that'll do the shirts. Can you sell the shirt? Find a way to get those shirts to people. Contact people directly. Send them links to this, and then I will fill these orders of shirts, right? And then you be in charge of making sure that the vendor gets paid, and the money then goes into the savings for the party, right? I don't know how to do any of that shit. And I need to get somebody responsible and trustworthy and reliable to deal with it, you know. And of course I have people in mind. I just need to get them on board. Yeah, what I need is some time to sit alone with my daughter and make some shirt designs. And come up with, you know, a piece of software that she can get that creates really fine line, not blurry crap, stuff that can be used and translated to a screen printer and create the correct stuff that we need, you know. And it probably means I'll have to contact the screen printer directly here and stop by and talk to them and say, look, this is what I got in mind. How can we do this? And what software do I need to create stuff for you? Right? It seems like some of the stuff they create is created directly to the screen, right? They draw it, physically draw it onto the screen and then create the screen from scratch, right? So if that's a thing, well, show me how, and I'll be banging them out and sending them over to you. Yeah. Because the ideas that I have for t-shirts are pretty basic. Pretty basic. Just trying to stay positive. Just trying to... Here's my 2 pages of itinerary for the reunion, and I put this together Saturday morning. Got up and thought, all right, well, I gotta come up with something, and then I took this and translated a lot of this into, you know, here's an idea of what's going on, and put that graphic on the Facebook event thing. But I do have a lot of ideas for stuff to do, you know, before Friday, you know, the Thursday before the Friday this thing starts on, the Tuesday and Wednesday after, the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after this is over, you know. So basically I'm going to be getting the camping for a week, because we need time to set up, and we need time to use it, and then we need time to break it down. And I figured during that time there'll be extra people hanging out who would want to do stuff and have fun. Wine tasting, a trip to the beach, whatever. You know, motorbike riding, hiking, whatever they couldn't get done during that weekend. And you know, I wanna make it so that people aren't just sitting there going, wow, what's happening next, man? This is boring. I want to make it so that look, there's a van leaving that's going off to go drive around town and to do photo ops and visit the museum and go over to the high school, and we've got an appointment with such and such at the high school for you guys to get a tour, that kind of thing. So I want to set some of this shit up ahead of time. And i.e., I need people, you know. I.e. We need to get a photo booth, one of those photo mat booth things, photo booth, where you sit down with a couple of people and get a photo, you know. I need one of those brought over and hooked up and operating for 3 nights, you know. People can be making some good money off of that, you know. All we have to do is have it set up so that it has power and plenty of photo paper and ink, basically, because I think it's going to get the shit used out of it. I'd like to do a photo yearbook thing where everybody sits and does a yearbook photo, you know. That'll be fucking fun, because we want to send out a yearbook. All right, look, we're raising money for next year. You want to buy a yearbook? You're in it. Bring it with you next year and have people sign it. Right? That kind of stuff. That'll be fun, right? Hikes, biking. People can send in videos if they can't make it, and we can view the videos up on a big screen. We can do memorial videos, slideshows of the past. There's a lot to do, a lot to work on. So I'm trying to work it into my schedule that every week I will accomplish something toward that end, right? And right now it's contacting people. And if I can contact someone who can then contact a bunch of people, that's what we need. You know, the more people we talk to, the better opportunity we have for a bigger population, right? A big homecoming population. And it has to be done right. If the population exceeds a certain amount of people, then I'm gonna be looking, because then the money will be there. I will be looking to get someone in there to help with manning the front gate, so that we don't have to give up our own time all the time. During the day we will, but at nighttime when there's a whole lot going on, we'll have some security staff down there manning the gate, checking IDs and tickets and wristbands and that kind of shit, right? If it's only 100 people, I'm not going to be worried about it, you know, or less than 100 people. It starts to get beyond that. I'm going to start to think, okay, well now we're getting the money in to deal with having help, right? And if it gets to that point, I mean, I may say, hey, look, we're going to be having too much fun at this point. Let's just get a caterer in here. You know, let's just get a guy in here who's just going to sit here and flip burgers and make carne asada. You know, somebody who's already got the barbecues, who we can say, okay, look, here's the stuff. We'll pay you X amount of dollars for you to sit out here and do this all night. You know, we can find those guys. My wife can find guys like that. I'd love to get a mariachi band, right? With horns and drums and shit. That would be fucking awesome. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'd love to hold it at the academy, the Naval Academy, right? Put the live music down in the old pool, right? So that you're sitting up around it, enjoying it, right? Wow. Put a little stage down in there. That'd be fucking cool. So I don't know, you know, I mean, it all hinges on me getting down there and finding out the logistics. This is where I want to have it, at the West Marina. If that's not going to happen, then we'll find a good spot to do it. But it's going to happen, you know, come hell or high water. I'm going to make it happen. Even if I'm dead, I'm going to make it happen. I will, you know, have a voodoo queen come and resurrect me as a zombie, and I'll get her done. I want to have people helping, so that someone else has all the information and knows all the contacts and is already in charge of the financial end of it, right? So that I know that it's going to happen regardless. Well, I guess I get to finally go and eat something. Continue to get my head together here. It's hard. I am going to continue to reach out to people about this and other things. Whether they choose to reach back or not is up to them. It's probably going to crush me, but it's up to them nonetheless. I do look so forward to seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in decades, you know. So I can't wait for that. I just can't wait. Yeah. All right, well, hopefully I will be in a better sorts tomorrow. Try to get some things done today to make me feel better about the now, the here and present, which it ain't easy, which is why I live in the past. It's easier to just focus on something from the past and kind of dwell there for a while, you know, find a happy time, happy place. Turn off the now. That's what I love about old movies and TVs and radio shows and stuff, is I can just go away, you know, just drift off someplace. And then, of course, I got to come back here and be hit with the stark reality of the here and now. Well, be sure to watch some of these movies that I'm uploading. And then hang out on Monday and we'll talk about them. Or, you know, same thing with Tuesday. There's a lot of In Search Of and Nova and That's Incredible. Those are the shows that I enjoyed growing up, you know. A lot of stuff on PBS and a lot of documentary type stuff. And shows like Real People and That's Incredible and Those Amazing Animals, you know. And then, of course, old time radio. Old time radio. Yeah. Old time radio. Every time I think of old time radio, I am reminded of living in a tent in the Ortega Mountains as a kid, and our form of entertainment was once a night the CBS Radio Mystery Theater would come on at like 9 o'clock, and if we made it to then, which was pretty easy to do in the summer because it stays light pretty late, so if we made it to 9 o'clock we could listen to these shows, and it was usually a really good one hour show. But that's what old-time radio reminds me of, that and most of my childhood, listening to a lot of that entertainment. Yeah, there you are. I'll take another one of these, hit the road. It must be me. It's gotta be. It's just like you always suspected. There's something wrong with me. I guess I'm just lucky it's not like that here at home. All right, people, I will be here this evening, barring any unforeseen eventualities, technical difficulties, and anything popping up that causes me to not be here. I'll be here. So, yeah. Oops. Alright, people. Uh-oh. That's that noise that happens when the end of the show is near. Alright, people, you take care. Be kind. Spread love and kindness. And, you know, stay weird. Adios, people.